Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to a PlayStation Vita video for Dead Nation. So, for those of you that are unfamiliar with this title, Dead Nation came out originally for PS3 a few years back, and it is a top-down kind of twin-stick arcade shooter. Really cool sort of design to it. Kind of similar in sort of, well, I say similar to kind of Super Stardust HD in the fact that it's a twin-stick shooter, only it's not at all similar because it's a completely different game, and you don't actually shoot using the right stick, you actually just aim using the right stick. So that's kind of where the similarities begin and end. Anyway, yeah, it's a kind of zombie apocalypse thing, so you're set, you could take on the role of one of two characters, a dude at the beginning or a woman. I don't actually know their names, I probably should know their names, but alas, that you take on the role of one of them, and you then kind of work your way through this kind of post-apocalyptic world, sort of fighting zombies, killing them to try and sort of like pick up supplies, get some weapons, get some armor, all that kind of stuff, and you work your way through various different waves and just different areas. Obviously, this, as I said, it originally came out for PS3 a while ago, and it was released early this year for PS4 with some new DLC, and it has now hit PlayStation Vita. And given the kind of the way that the game plays, it really does suit PlayStation Vita. To be honest, I think it suits PlayStation Vita better than, say, PS3 and PS4. Obviously, it plays well on all of them, but I think it really is a kind of handheld game. So, with that in mind, I thought I'd kind of just jump into it and start running through. This is only going to be kind of a quick playthrough. I'll do some more kind of in-depth coverage later on, but for the time being, so that I kind of do my sort of quick run through at the beginning. So, gameplay-wise, kind of when you start off, you, as I said, you start off at the beginning, you fight sort of hordes of zombies, and you can get multiplayer. So the more zombies you kill, the better the multiplayer you get. Obviously if you get hit, then you lose that multiplayer. So you want to kind of try and stay alive as long as possible. Basic mechanics are obviously R2 shoot, L2 throw grenades, switch your weapons with your D-pad, X will then make you dash forward, circle to reload, and no, not circle, square to reload, and circle will do melee. So you've got those kind of basic attacks to you to kind of your arsenal, and then obviously you've got your guns as well. You can get different guns as you go along, and there are these kind of checkpoints that look like kind of ice cream vans. You go into them and you can buy weapons, and you can also change your armor. You can like tweak your armor depending on sort of whether you want to be slightly more agile, or whether you want to be sort of slightly more durable, or kind of be stronger, things like that. So you can mix and match the different armor kits. And obviously you can buy weapons and upgrades and sort of like more ammo for different things like that, so that's pretty cool. And then once you kind of kitted out, then obviously you go back and kind of go against the hordes of zombies. Now, a few kind of cool things about this as well, there are sort of some environmental things you can play with. There are obviously your exploding barrels that you can kind of come and to recognise and expect in any game. To be honest, if there's a barrel and you can't shoot it and it doesn't explode, then there's something wrong with the game. So yeah, this is no different. You can explode barrels, but also there's kind of cool mechanics with things like car alarms, for example, because being a zombie game, they're a bit some of them are a bit slow, some of them are a bit stupid. But if you shoot things like car alarms and stuff, then the noise from the car alarm will draw like zombies towards them. So that's a really cool mechanic, and there's lots of sort of small things like that. And there's various different kind of like buttons and sort of levers and doors to open and close to sort of lock you in different areas. So that is pretty cool, and everything is kind of checkpointed as well. So if you do kind of get to a point where you want to sort of run away from some zombies, if you get through to the next area, the gates close and it kind of locks them out. So there are kind of cool sort of areas like that. This does also support multiplayer as well, so you can play with a friend, and you can do kind of two-player co-op, hence the kind of two characters at the beginning. So I reckon that's probably where it'll come into its own, because it'll be a lot more fun to play with a friend. And also this game does also have an underlying kind of meta game where you sort of fight for your kind of country. So if there are leaderboards, and if you look at the leaderboards, then you can kind of see how your country fares against other countries. So yeah, there's kind of a lot of sort of cool mechanics in this. So it's a pretty good game. It's available today if you're in Europe, and it came out yesterday if you are in the US. That's 15th and the 16th of April. And it's about £6, £6.29 if you're in the UK. Dollars, I'm not too sure, something like $8, $10, but yeah. So it's a really, really cheap game, really worth picking up, and it's definitely a game that suits handheld play really well. Controls feel, relatively responsive. It's a little bit twitchy on the right stick, sorry. But once you get used to it, it's not too bad. So it's not quite as kind of fluid to aim as Super Stardust HD, but it is still pretty good once you get used to it. So yeah, I recommend checking it out at least. It is quite cheap. It's available now, so do go and try it out. And I will do some more videos later on this weekend, so stay tuned for those ones. As always, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, show your support, hit the like button. It does really help me out. Obviously, don't forget to subscribe if you are not already, so you can stay up to date on all of our latest videos. And be sure to stay tuned to the Arekkz Gaming Facebook and Twitter pages for all your updates throughout the week. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.
Oh, FMG. Rifle. SMG. Small health bar. Oh,